space.
Okay, Monday Motivation continues with a story now out of BC. In December of 2021, Sheldon Guy started to notice that his vision was waning, and in a matter of weeks it was gone, and he was told that he would not regain his sight.
But that didn't stop Sheldon from doing what he loved most, and that was coaching basketball. The weeks following the diagnosis, Coach Sheldon returned to the hard court to continue coaching, knowing full well his players were learning the biggest life lesson of all, and that is to never give up. And we're seeing Coach on the hard court there, and Coach Sheldon joins us now.
Here he is, live in the studio.
Talking to us, don't even be nervous. Like, you talk to so many kids, you talk to your athletes, you're a motivational speaker. And Sheldon here in the commercial break is like, I'm nervous to talk to you guys. Don't be nervous to talk to us. So good to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
For people who do not know your story, we have to go back. We have to go back to the beginning, Sheldon.
Yep.
And explain that, because I know you and I have talked a number of times, and for you, that moment you lost your vision, take us back to that moment, because it was you had it and then it was gone.
Yeah. So it was in the matter of 3 weeks. I knew something was going wrong, and I wasn't 100% sure what was going on. And we have a tunnel in Vancouver that connects the two cities, and I was driving through the tunnel, and I just noticed that my vision was just going into a tunnel, and I knew something was drastically wrong. And by the time I got to my neurologist, it was almost black. I couldn't drive home. That was the last time I actually drove, and when I got home, I could only see certain parts of the house, and I saw my son Jaden in the house, and I actually said to him, I'm going to the hospital because I don't know what's going on with my eyes. And I told him, one tear came down my eye, and I said, this might be the last time I actually see you. And that was the last time.
And all inside of like 3-4 weeks. How tough was it to get that diagnosis, Sheldon? How tough were those early days?
They were super tough. As you can see, I'm still emotional about it a year later. It was so real. When you have something like this happen to you, the first thing you think about is, how am I going to get through this? How is this going to affect me? And the first thing you do is you turn to the obvious. And I wanted to end my life because I didn't think I could get out of it. I didn't think I could persevere, and I didn't think I could pivot. And so when I was in the hospital, I got that diagnosis. I tried to take my life.
So Sheldon, then what brought you back? What got you back on track?
A few things. I got into the hospital room and I closed the door, and they put 25 pills in my left hand, and I had a goodbye message to two important people. And I was just I put myself in my bed, and I put my blankets up to my shoulders, and I was gonna pop, say my message, and lay there. And as I went to put my hand up to my mouth, my phone went off. And it was two important people in my world that basically gave me the encouraging words to not look at my left hand and to persevere. And I got those two messages, and I literally didn't even look at my left hand. And then I dumped them on the floor and said, I can't do this. I got to pivot. I got to figure this out.
Yeah, and pivot you did. You went from that all the way back to the hard court. Tell us about the reaction from your players when you returned.
It was, so when I resigned, they were all sad before I went into the hospital. But then when I came into the gym for the first time, they didn't know I was coming to practice. And I walked in the gym, and a couple of them fainted or passed out or hit the floor, I think. And everybody was crying. And literally, once I got back into the court, it probably took me, 15, 20 minutes to have the speech. And once I got in the speech, I had them on the baseline doing suicides. We were running drills. I just needed direction on which way the hoop was, where the hoop was, and where the balls were. And once I got that, we did an hour and a half of hard workout, and the girls were super happy. They were like, "This is the hardest practice we've had since you've been gone." So I got right back into it.
Because you're doing it all auditory now.
Yes, ma'am. So I had to learn very, very quickly that to learn how to coach by sound and not by sight. And that was a little bit difficult at first, but I've been coaching for over 2 decades. I coached my club team Improve Our Game, and at the end of the day, you know what? I just kind of just stepped out and said, I know what I'm doing. I just need to do it differently. So I had to pivot. And people have heard me say pivot so many times, but it's a phrase in basketball that you pivot out and you pivot in. So that's what I had to do.
And pivot you did. We often, Jeff and I, talk about the power of sports and the messages and life lessons we get from sports, and you're living proof of that. You've gone on to speak to schools and students, not just your athletes, about messages of hope. Well, we asked for some of those students and colleagues of yours to send a message back to you, and here it is.
Oh.
Hey Coach, it's Maya, your favorite basketball player. He was there for me through really challenging times in my life and always believed in me when I didn't even believe in myself.
I think the one thing that Coach Sheldon has taught me is that you can persevere through the worst times and that you can still do what you love even through struggle.
Sheldon, you're a great inspiration to us. I know you fell on tough times, but you're an inspiration to all of us. Keep going, keep working. We love you, buddy.
Sheldon, we just wanted to thank you for all your words of wisdom and inspiration, and you really touched the hearts of a lot of people here.
Hey Sheldon, Paul Nivens, your favorite basketball referee partner. Just wanted to reach out and say, hey, I'm here for you. I support you. If you need any help with anything, don't hesitate to call.
I hope you enjoy your special day back east. We look forward to having you back out west again, and I'm thinking about you, man. What a legacy.
Wow.
Whoa.
Wow. Sheldon, your reaction to hearing that? So many friends, players of yours.
Wow. Didn't expect that one, that's for sure. Thanks, Jeff and Carolyn. You know, I'm a 6 foot, 216-pound athlete, and you guys are making me very emotional right now. But that was, wow, that was like Christmas all over again. It's going through this. It's like from coast to coast and around the world. You don't realize who's kind of behind you until something like this happens, and then you realize who's really behind you. So thank you. That was super cool.
Well, listen, we want more people to be behind Sheldon, because a part of your story is now raising money. We want to let everybody know that there's a treatment in Europe. This procedure is not offered here. Yeah. You've been pre-approved for that procedure.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm going to Germany in September.
Okay. Well, looking for help, GoFundMe. There is the URL. Right there at the bottom of your screen. If you want to and you can help out Sheldon, you can go to that GoFundMe page and help fund Sheldon's journey for this procedure.
Sheldon, it is such a pleasure to have you. Just before we go, this treatment that is only offered in Europe, what could that give you?
So the Dr. Bernhard Sable has a 70% success rate on recovering restorative vision. So he feels like there's stuff in my optic nerve that are sleeping, and he feels like he'll be able to bring some of that back to life. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to drive, and I'll be able to see your beautiful faces again, and watch your show with my own 2 eyes after September.
Well, listen, it goes without saying, we are rooting for you. We are going to follow your journey, and it's our honor to have you with us here this morning on The Morning Show, Sheldon.
Thank you so much for having me.